Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the React Node and Express. In previous video we have done with the MongoDB REST API, and now we are going to do the rest of the part, that is the React part, okay, and the API integration with the React Redux Toolkit. Okay, so let's get started. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please do like, share and comment on my video. So let's see. So here you can see that this is the listing API. Then if add anything over here, it will add it over here. If I do the edit part, you can do the edit at the same moment, and you can delete that one. So all is done with the help of the React Redux toolkit and the REST API that we are using, that is MongoDB. Okay, and toolkit that we are implementing over here. Okay, so let's see the code level. Okay, so here we have what we have to do. The first one, that is go with the store.js. So here we have a store.js. Okay, so we are using Redux.js toolkit, and here we have a data slice where we have all the things like API call and storing the data in the state. Okay, so this all done in the data slice. We will come back to the here. First we will do with the store.js. Then we have a reducer, that we have taken the data alias, and this is the data reducer. Okay, in which this is coming up, okay, in the data slice. Okay, here you can see that we have import that one as a data slide dot reducer. Okay, so this is data reducer, right? And after this store part is complete, then we go with the index.js file. Okay, so here we have the index.js file where we have a provider with the React Redux and the store from the store. And this app, you can say about the application app component is wrapped in a provider store component. React Redux provider is wrapped into the app component main component, where we have all the rendering part. Okay, so let me view word wrap this one. Okay, so here we go with first step. React use effect, use state from the React, use dispatch and use selector from the React Redux we are using, and fetch data, create data, update data and delete data from the data slice. So here you can see that the initial state, we have mentioned the data to be empty, then the state and the error. First we call the get API of getting list of all the data. Then we have a update one where we have just call the API for update. Okay, then we have a delete one. After that we have create the toolkit slice. So here you can see that this is the just create action. Okay, so where we have called the update the, you can insert the data into the database. So this is that API. Okay, then this is the slice where name is data, initial state is empty, so we have to pass the initial state, reducers. Okay, extra reducer, then builder. First case is when we are fetch the data. If it is pending state, then we will status to be loading. If it is fulfilled, then we will return the data. Second step that we have a create. Okay, so it will just push the data into the state and call the API, that is create data. Okay, then we have a update data. So this is the logic for updating the data. Okay, if the ID is find with the items, then we will return that one. If it is not index -1, then we are not going to update that one. Okay, so here we have a logic for the update. So whatever the ID we are getting in, we'll first check with the item if it is returning the index. Okay, then we will update one. If index is not equal to -1, then the state is would be the same one. Then the same case we have a delete part. So we are filtering if the item ID is not equal to ID, we will going to return that items, not that one which is the parameter is getting to be deleted. Okay, so this is the logic for the delete part. Okay, and then after that last reducer export. Okay, so main file, the app.js file. So here we have a dispatch. This is a bootstrap that we are using. Editing side, these are the states that we have defined initially. Okay, so first one that we have a use effect. So the list rendering over here. So we will call the REST API to get the data. So this is the fetch data, and all the data is set into the state data. You can see that this is basically the fetch data. If I go and check the another fetch data over here, you can see that the fetch data dot pending, the state is to be loading. If the data is succeed, then we will state dot data, we will set all the data into the state. Okay, action dot payload, right? Next step is handle edit. So here we are just putting down the edit id and set the name and the value, and we are opening the modal. When we click on this edit, so you can see that modal is opening. At the same moment, you can see handle dot modal. Then we have a handle dot update function. If edit id, then we have to dispatch the update with the id, name and the value. So update data, what will do, it will take the id, name and the value, and it updated and return that values. Okay, and then after this updated data will set the data into the state here. Okay, so it will set the state of that one, right? So the next one that we have a handle add function where we have dispatched the create data. Okay, and then we will set the name and the value to be null once data is created. So this is the API to insert the data into the database. Okay, then we have a handle delete function where we are expecting the id, and click on the delete part, so it will accept the id and return the id over here. So you can see that in the delete logic, what we are doing, the delete fulfilled, then we are have action dot payload, then filtering the data which is not I with a part of id. If we, the data which we are deleting, we will check first one, if it is not included in the id, we will return the item which is not a part of that id which we are returning from the deleting part. Okay, so whatever the id we are deleted, it should not be the part of the item, so we are returning that one. Okay, in simple cases. Okay, then we have the models show model and the set show model, handle open and the close model. Okay, so set show model to be false when we have to close that model. When we close this model, this is updated. Set show models to be false. Okay, the next part, that is the render part of that. This is the form which we have the input. Then we have the next input, that is value. So here we have a set value, set name. Okay, event dot target dot value, then add data on the submit. Here you can see that the data, we have the state, we are just mapping and showing the data, that is the item dot name and item dot value. Okay, then we have two buttons, that is handle edit and handle delete. Okay, handle edit, we have sending the id, name and the value, and the delete, we are just sending the id. Okay, then we have a edit model. Okay, so display the show model, then we have to make sure the data is to be rendered over here, that is the name in the state and then the value. Okay, and whatever the value is going to be adding over here, it will set in the name and the value. And after the update handle, so here we have close model and then we have a handle update, then control Z. When we click on the handle update, so it expects id, name and the value. After updating that one, we make the name and the value to be empty and handle the close modal. Okay, so this is how we are able to do with the React Redux toolkit, Node.js, MongoDB and the React. So this is the full stack, full-fledged MERN stack tutorial. Okay, so any doubt, any query in that, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.